Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to your channel. And we're back. Today is Thursday, and I am excited. Excited because you here, because you are in my channel, you're watching us live. More excited because I have somebody special. I'm telling you guys, I'm bragging about my guests every single day, but this one in particular, this is a gift to have him. Man, I know this gentleman, our guest for more than 20 years. And for some reason, this guy got so big, I can't even spend some time with him no more. It's just like, I'm so privileged to have 1 hour with him, and I'm sharing with you guys. You guys are here to your channel. You guys are here to Edison Sinat, the GE Lighthouse Consulting, and we are live. We helping people navigate it to the most difficult season of their life is finding a place where they can call home. I can help you. Either you're trying to invest first time or seasonal time. We're here for you, and I'm here there with you. 100% truth, facts, no fluff. And today, without further ado, I'm about to introduce to you a friend of mine. Our guest is someone I know for 20 years. And at this time, I watch him go from hustling to trenches to leading from the front with a mix of heart, honesty, and unstoppable drive. His name is Phil Gertis. He's the founder of Chief Immersive Coaching, a program that transformed the way real estate professionals win in their business and in life. He coaches agents, brokers, leaders across the country with one core belief: confidence is earned by doing the thing. Phil is known for blending empathy and tactical precision, cutting through the noises and helping people turn themselves self-doubt into strategic advantages. But beyond business, Phil is a devoted family man, a proud father of 2 kids, a husband to his wife Victoria for more than 20 years, and a man of faith who believe in leading with purpose and service. Without further ado, friends, let me introduce you and add my friend, the man, the legend, the myth, the one and only Phil Gertis. What's
What's
going
up?
on, my brother?
Man, you gotta walk around with me and do that intro everywhere, dude. That's amazing.
Hey, listen, man, pay
I
me up.
love it.
I'm gonna be your hype man all day. You know
Yeah,
I'll do that.
thank you. Thank you. This is exciting, dude. And look, I know we're gonna jump in. I know you got plenty to talk about, but Edison, to say I'm proud of you is a true understatement. Like you have just decided I'm gonna level up. And man,
Correct.
you just like you decided it and then you just did it. Like you did it and you're doing it and there's so much and I'm watching you and I'm proud of you, but I'm also proud to know you. So I love you, brother.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
congratulations.
you, man. Love you too, man. It's the shift, bro. We
Yeah,
shift.
there we go. I see what you did.
Yeah, I see what I did is a
Yeah,
shift thing. But
yeah.
Phil, man, I got the introduction. I know you for 20 years, and I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you this, man. It's gonna be the most, and I said before, the most organic. Um, I think it's gonna be therapeutical for me. It's therapy because I don't get to spend an hour with you, so I know I got you for an hour. It's all
Yeah,
business therapy right there.
yeah.
But um, for those who don't know you, give us the 2 minutes version of your story. Who you are, what you do, and what drives you.
Goodness, man. I'm human, right? Like I'm a human first. And that's really the thing that I talk about a lot with people. Yes, I've owned a lot of businesses. Yes, some have done incredibly well, some have not. Um, but I don't know, I don't know. Some people love to talk about themselves. I don't. But for me, it really is just I'm the type of person that knows why they're here. I know why I'm on earth. I live in and I'm rooted in the concept of service first. And for some folks, they hear that and they think, yeah, but that's canned. But it's not. For me, I just truly know that I'm here for service. I am, uh, I am living every single day in this crazy world like everybody else. And what grounds me is the idea that there is no question in my mind that this is why I'm on earth, to serve, to just do my part, to bless other people. And you mentioned it, right? Married for it's nearly 20 years now. It'll be 20 years in February. Two beautiful children, 16-year-old son, 14-year-old daughter, and here I am, right? So I'm here, I'm with you, and I will tell you this, Edison, I'm loving this journey of coaching that I'm on right now
Yeah.
because like for me, it's time, right? So it's been this life of business and entrepreneurship, and it's just time to transition to shift into a place
Mhm.
of how do I just transfer as much as of what I know into other people and bless them and share the word with them and just help, just do my part to serve.
That's what's up, man. So you,
Yeah.
you spoke as someone that know his purpose. You
Yeah.
know, we take people life,
Yeah.
and some of them don't even know what they here on earth for. They don't know what the purpose, what God created them or
Yeah.
wired them for. But I think I'm older than you, or you're older than me, 45 or
Yeah, you're a
44.
year older than me. You look about 15 years older than me, but
And,
you are 1 year
and
older than
whatever, dog. Stop. But yeah, so that's the idea. So you know your purpose because I
Yeah.
mean, people can go through life not knowing what they're here for. And
Yeah.
how did you I mean, is that something that you wake up and say, okay, now I know I'm here to mentor, to coach or everything? Or it takes a journey and then
No.
you realize my strength is to basically disciple people, mentor people. This
Yeah.
is what it's called.
I think that I've always had this idea in my mind that I liked helping, but
Mhm.
I came to find out that serving and helping, serving and giving, they're not so much the same thing. I remember I was on a phone call with someone and I was coaching them through something and they asked me this question. And this is recent, this is like 3 months ago. 3, 4 months ago. And it's funny, like I was literally on my mower, I'm mowing my lawn, and I'm having this conversation with someone and they say, well, how do you handle knowing that you're giving so much and you're not getting anything back or you're not getting back what you expect? And I said, that's the issue. The issue is the misunderstanding of what service is and what giving is. Oftentimes, giving is done with this expectation to receive something in return. And
Mhm.
when you when
It's
you truly,
capitalism.
yeah, what's that?
Capitalism.
Uh, maybe. But here's the thing though, for me, when you serve,
Yeah.
the act of service is the give back. Like the ability to serve, the opportunity to serve is why you're serving. It's what you are aiming to get back. So it's almost done while you're saying, well, I want to do this for someone else, it fills you up at the same time. So man, for me, just being in a position where I can serve is huge. And I came across it years ago. I felt like God came and talked to me and really told me why I'm on earth. And I just decided enough is enough. I'm going to listen. And my life changed forever from that point.
Bro, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man. I agree. Listen, I'm not saying I know you differently, but I noticed and I testified to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like Phil is like a bad dude ever, but the transformation of the idea of being that human, the servant leader that you are, I can witness to this for the past. I'm like, "Mate, something new about Phil."
Yeah, man.
And you said it, and I cannot touch it. I cannot not touch it. You said God spoke, share with you, and you
Yeah.
said it's time for me to listen. Now, Phil, I'm this is personal. You don't have to answer, but I love for you to answer. It's one thing. When you say God, do you mean Jesus Christ?
There is one true God. Yes.
Okay, amen.
There's no question. Look, I know that everyone has their own beliefs, but you know what?
Yes.
Everyone has their own beliefs, and I'm one of those everyone's. And I
Yeah.
believe Jesus Christ is our Savior, and that is that.
Amen.
And there's no upside down or nothing
Amen.
up, and it just
Come
is what
on,
it is.
you better
Yeah,
preach
man.
it, my brother.
Yeah,
You
that's it.
better preach it.
So
Listen, brother. So
yeah,
so so that's good. So you feel like, you know what? There's no need for me to keep running away. Now I'm gonna listen
yeah,
and be that servant.
yeah,
And Phil,
man.
I think you one of the things that you teach a lot is being human.
Yeah,
And I feel like if everybody could have that same mentality of being a servant, the world it can be a different we can live in a different world if we understand that we are called to serve everybody. Which even if you can even bring it to sell, Phil.
Mhm.
Phil, some people think selling is something bad. Some people stay away from selling
Yeah.
because they feel like selling is something bad. They when they look at a salesperson, they feel like this guy is a crook, is something else.
Mhm.
But would you intertwine? Would you mix serving and selling? Would you call it that?
Well, here's the thing. When we think about selling, like lose sight of the stigma and the stereotypes that come with being a salesperson, and let's just focus on what selling actually is by definition. I mean, it is simply providing a service or a product to someone else in exchange for something. Now,
Mm,
if that's really what it is, then there's one thing we need to figure out. What's valuable to another person? I think when a lot of people think about selling, they are thinking about what can they get from another person. When I'm saying be human, there's two words that I don't normally share, and maybe I should start, but there's two words in the middle of be and human, and it's a good. Be a good human. Now, when you think about that as perspective and focus, selling is just an opportunity for you to be a good human. So, what do I need to do? I need to figure out what's valuable to the other person. And then I need to
provide a
figure
solution.
out if, yeah, if I'm the right person to serve their value need. And if I am, go all in. But don't go all in because I'm going to get money out of it. Like, goodness, yeah, money, cool, got it. But go all in because you have the opportunity. You are blessed with the opportunity to serve. That should be the joy point. And
Correct.
I'm just a
That's
firm
great.
believer that when we focus on the value that others are looking for, then everything for us will work out. If we can serve the value of others first, everything's going to work out.
Bro.
So, yeah.
Bro, this is great. This is great. This is great stuff, man. But here's another question. Back in the day, I remember back in the day in our networking days and
Mhm.
business, there's people used to introduce you. I'm gonna introduce you my mentor, our fearless leader, Phil Gertis.
Yeah.
But Phil, do you see yourself as somebody who's fearless? Or
Yeah.
if you are fearless or if you don't have fear, what are those fears? And I mean, how you fearless? Are you the gladiator, Mr. Fear
Yeah.
with no fear?
Yeah, look. This is a great one. I talk. Funny enough, I have conversations about this point all the time. And my wife and I were just in Fort Lauderdale, and we met a couple on the beach. And the gentleman started talking to us. And Edison, honestly, I don't even remember how this part of the conversation came up, but he said, "I fear nothing." And when I heard him say that, I literally sat back
Mm,
and I said, I want to understand why he fears nothing because I fear nothing.
mm,
Now, look, I get it. Somebody's like, oh no, everyone's scared of something. No, it's simply not true. I am
mm,
not scared of anything. And look, I know that we didn't come on here to just talk about God, but you asked the question, and a lot of who I am and what I think and
hey,
what I believe
it's
is rooted
both.
in my belief, right? So
Right.
so why? Why don't I fear anything? Well, for the same reason that for the first time in my life, I heard it from another person. The
Mm,
same reason this gentleman told me, because I just firmly believe that we as people are made in the image of God. I
right.
firmly believe that God is the most powerful being to ever have existed and ever will exist. And I firmly
Amen.
believe that He is in us. So if
Mhm,
all those things are to be true, especially
mhm,
for someone like me who's very logic based. Once
mhm.
I believe that to be true, hear me, once I believe it to be true, I no longer believe it. I know it
I know it.
because
That's right.
true equals knowing. So now
Mhm,
that I know it's true, what can stop me?
mhm.
Well, there's nothing to be fearful of because the only thing that can stop me is me.
Agree.
And look, I get it. Somebody's going to say, "Well, that's not true. You could this and this and this." I disagree. I fear
Mhm.
nothing. I believe that if I give all of who I am and I do it for the reasons that God put me on earth, nothing can stop me. So therefore, there is no reason to fear anything. So,
Not even the height.
not even the what?
Height.
Height? No, not anymore, brother. You know me. You know, not anymore.
Not
Edison
even of
is
height.
making fun of me because I used to be scared of heights. Okay, but not anymore, man. And you know why you got to bring that up?
I'm just saying, man. I'm like, I know. I'm like, really? My man
Yeah,
grows
man.
so
No,
strong. You go
no.
so strong. Now, I just say so word. Is there, would you say there's a difference between fear and courage? Did fear allow it to give you courage, or courage give you fear? What would you say that bring that up? I know God give you that fearless mindset, but would you say that also fear is a lack of courage? Would you go with that mindset?
I don't know that fear is a lack of courage. I think fear is an abundance of imagination.
Mm,
And it's not only an abundance of imagination, but it's a lack of knowing what you're rooted in. Because
mhm,
like when we start believing and knowing things to be true, we suddenly stop fearing them. And when we think about fear, oftentimes, maybe not every time, but oftentimes we are fearful of things that have never even happened. So
mhm.
it's a literal imagination that we are saying, I know this hasn't happened yet. It could happen, so therefore I'm fearful of it. Well, guess what? The polar opposite could happen too. So why aren't you excited about that? And I believe that God wants me to be excited about the greatness that is set to happen in my life, as opposed to fearful of the letdown that He doesn't want for me anyway. So, yeah, I mean, and then when you think about courage, goodness, be courageous. Be courageous, be bold, step into uncertainty, because there's a difference between being fearful and understanding that there are still things that you don't know and you're not supposed to know. And uncertainty is an okay thing. I tell people all the time, they come to me and they say, man, I just feel lost. Congratulations. How could you possibly be found if you weren't lost first? You should be excited. You are
That's
on
good.
you're on the cusp of an amazing journey. Lose me. I want
That's
to be lost.
Listen, that's the gem right there. It can jump us out. How can you be found if you haven't been lost
Yeah,
first? You
man.
have to know and understanding that what I'm doing is wrong, or there's some kind of ignorance, or I don't know what to do, for people to tell me, good,
Yeah,
here's the right thing to do.
yeah.
I think I remember you used to taught us that people used to say that practice make perfect.
Mhm.
And I know that you come out, and I think my mind switched after that. That shift happened. You said no, practice don't make perfect. I think best practice make perfect.
Perfect practice makes perfect.
Perfect practice make
Yeah.
perfect.
Look, I
You
can
know.
practice the wrong thing all day. I'm not gonna get it right.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Right? At some point, I have to commit to learning the right way, and then I have to commit to doing the right way over
mhm,
and over and over again. You said it in your intro. Confidence is
yeah,
earned by doing the thing. So
doing the thing.
you got to do the thing. We
Yeah.
I think oftentimes what we tend to do is as people is we say, well, I can't do it because I'm not confident.
Mhm,
No, well, how could you weren't confident in walking when you started walking? That's why you kept falling.
mhm.
But guess what? You're not out here crawling, right? You're an
Yep.
adult. You're walking now. You're running. You're
Right.
doing these things. Well, you
Yep.
have to do the thing to gain the confidence in it. So I just think that a lot of folks spend more time saying, I can't because, as opposed to I can, I'm supposed to, it's in me, I'm driven to, I'm set on earth to accomplish. Like
Mhm.
that's what we should be saying. What could the world be if we just shifted how we think from a spirit of lack to an absolute spirit of abundance and an unwillingness to accept that idea that we can't. And I'll say this
Mhm.
lastly, I'm not saying you're not going to fail.
Mhm.
You're going to fail. But hot dog, you're supposed to fail at things. How else can you learn? So yes,
That's right.
fail. I want to fail at things because I
Mhm.
know that if I take the time to learn about what worked and what didn't, then I can execute greater on the back end of that on my next opportunity.
Man, that's good. That's
Yeah.
you have to fail,
Yeah.
because when you fail, so you saying, I think that's the same mentality. I have the same mentality. If I don't use a bad experience as something lost.
Hmm.
I use it as something that I've learned from.
Yeah.
I've become more. I'm wiser now, because
Yeah.
I've done this. I've done this bad investment. Now I know better not to invest in such thing no more. So it
Yeah.
was not a bad experience. I say this to people all the time, Phil, and correct me if I'm wrong. I used to be in that company with you, and I think the highest I get, it was national director all star
Hmm.
type of deal, right? And
Hmm.
at a certain time I used to beat up myself that I never made it to senior vice president. But as I'm getting wiser, right? As I
Mhm.
get wiser, I'm like, you know what? I think I ride it to the tough, to the furthest I could have make it. I've learned a lot from the
Mhm.
process, and I do believe that the reason I guess God wanted me to be there because if it was anything else, but I learned so much from that position. I shouldn't see myself as a failure because I didn't make it to the platinum level or to senior vice president level because I've ride it to the limit that I could have done. Or do you think this is lazy mindset, or do you think that I'm in the right path, but by thinking this way?
I don't think it's about lazy or not. What I would caution people of is the idea that while you're in something to say
Mhm,
you've done enough. Because like I remember you never said, "Well, I'm good here. I've done enough." You kept working and working and working and working. I
right.
think in retrospect, when we look back and we say, "Yeah, this and this," if you can honestly say, I just had this conversation with my daughter. I said, "Look, if you can say you did your absolute best, what more is there you could have done?" Now, if you can say you did 99% of your best, then you are the problem. But if you can say, no, I did 100% of my absolute best, no matter what was formed against me, what more could you have done? Everything worked out exactly how it was supposed to. People oftentimes they will give a partial percentage of their best and expect a full percentage of return. And that is
Mhm,
not how life works. It's
mhm,
not. You're going to receive oftentimes less than what you put in, but sometimes what you put in. So if you're going to receive what you put in, my goodness, put it all in.
mhm.
Put it all in. Go. Go as hard and as fast and as strong as you possibly can.
Hmm, that's good. That is awesome, man. Phil,
So,
we I know we're supposed to talk about fear and everything else, but we
no,
are
no.
that's so
Yeah.
great comment. I know that you are a broker, that you're a realtor. We're not
Mhm.
gonna get to this, but fear. A lot of people right now are scared to buy or sell because of the market.
Yeah.
If you are sitting across them right now, what is the first thing you'll say to
Why?
them?
When I'm coaching people, oftentimes we talk, and a mentor of mine, also named Phil Jones, really stresses this, right? Like, why? Ask questions. I'm
Mm,
asking why. What are you scared of? Hey, what do you know about the process of buying? What do you know about the process of finding your dream home or the next place to call home? Wh-
mhm,
What what are you so concerned of? What is scaring you or holding you back? Let's find out why. I created a system called the profitable persuasion method, and there's three
mhm,
different pillars, and the last pillar is the value diamond. And in the value diamond, we talk about identifying people's value diamond facet, essentially what's moving people. So that's what I want to know. I want to know what's moving you or what's holding you back. Because in all, if you can explain to me why, then I can help you from my heart come up with a reason or a way to find a solution to that why. And the kicker is, I think a lot of people in real estate don't like to accept this, but Edison, I think the reality is everyone's not ready or right for buying or selling right now. And we need to do a better job of respecting where people are and understanding that we are not the main character in other people's lives.
mm,
So for that reason, simply because you want another sale under your belt, you want to put, not you, but people, right? Want to put
yeah,
another sold sign up or a sold sticker on their Instagram, simply
mhm,
because you have that desire to do it. It doesn't mean other people owe you anything. They're not
mhm,
ready. It's not the right time. So if we took a different approach, that approach might be, what if I treated that person like I truly cared and I was there for them when they got ready, as opposed to there for them now. And if they're not ready, I move on to the next one. It's creating
mhm.
relationships, it's nurturing, it's truly seeing other people as valuable as opposed to seeing them as a transaction.
Oh, that's deep right there, Phil.
Yeah.
Because a
So,
lot of people treat the real estate as transaction, right?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done with this and peace out. I'll see you next time. But what
Yeah.
you're saying is, if the person said you're not ready, okay, but let me be with you in that season
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
build our relationship. Show me that I'm human, and then whenever you're ready, I'm gonna be the one
Yeah.
there for you in the time. So okay.
And I'm not telling people, well, you should go make best friends with everyone that's a potential client. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you should stop ghosting people when they tell you now's the not the right time for them to be your client. And then how dare us expect that when the right time comes, they're going to remember us. We're offering no value. We're not calling them. We're not reaching out to them. We're not sending them random messages saying, hey, I know you're a fan of this team. And I don't know if you know, but they're playing this team on this date. And it made me think of you. We're not messaging them saying, hey, your favorite musician is going to be in town. I don't know if you knew, but here's the date and the time. I'm not telling you to go buy tickets to these things, but be a good darn person and be there for people in a way outside of just how can I get something from people.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Phil.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of wisdom, guys. That's a lot of wisdom. If you're watching this now, or whenever you pick up this and you're looking at it, this is great wisdom that is jumping into there. Phil, you've been for the past 10 years. Let's
Yeah.
talk about life. For the past 10 years, what are three things you've learned about life or about yourself, about your greatest yourself for the past
Wow.
10 years?
Edison, what a
Yeah.
question. What a
Yeah.
darn good question.
Come on, man. I'm telling you,
Oh,
though. Shifting.
man. Well, one thing I learned, and I said it a moment ago, is that I'm not the main character in other people's lives. I think that that's a big deal. At least it is for me, right? Like I want to serve other people, and a lot of times I know some time ago I would say I'm serving and I'm helping and I'm there for people, but I was really there for people for me, and that doesn't work. Not only am I not the main character in other people's lives, but I don't want to be. I want to be the person that gets the award for being the best supporting cast member. Like that's the award I want. I don't want a bunch of awards for best actor. I want the award for best supporting cast member, and I want countless awards for that. How many lives can I be a part of and serve and bless and help? That means I win. I think the second thing that I would bring up, and there's probably so much if I sat and just maybe I will just make a list of the things I've learned about me in the past 10 years. Maybe I'll make a video about this. This is a really good question, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, give me credit, man.
Yeah, I'm giving it. This is a great question. I would say another thing is everything doesn't have to be an event. What I mean by that is I know that for me, there was a time where everything felt like everything. Everything felt like the biggest event. If it was a small problem, I made it a big problem. And the key there is my reaction made it a big problem. And this, with all honesty, is something that's relatively new. And now that I'm thinking about it, it leads me to the third piece. So everything doesn't have to be a massive event. My reactions can be tapered down. I can take time to think. I can take time. I can pause and really reflect before I respond. And that is totally okay. It doesn't make me less of a person, and it doesn't make me less of a man. And the thing that I would say is third for me, and you know me, and if people don't know me, this is probably the hardest thing that I've learned, and this is very, very recent. I mean, I'm 44 years old, and I just honestly, I just learned this. It is totally okay to cry, 100%. Look,
I see you crying. I'm like, Phil,
man,
why?
it is. It
That's
is.
just
It's
Phil,
just,
man.
it's okay. You know, I released so much pain by
Mm,
allowing tears to fall, and I never knew how important it was. For
mm.
44 years, actually 43 years, it took me to realize, holy smokes, like not only is it okay, but it's very therapeutic, and it doesn't make me less of the man that I want to be. Because I'm a hard man. I just am, right? And that's still me. But I'm also, well, what's our core values, right, man? Like you look at Shift Immersive Coaching, three core values: authentic, empathetic, and then vulnerable. I
Honorable.
can be vulnerable and still be the man I want to show the world that I am. In fact, my vulnerability helps me be a better version of that man. So those would be three things.
That's good. That's good. Phil, do you ask for help?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not good at it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not good at asking, but I do. I do. Oftentimes, people in my life will throw that into my face and they'll say, "Look, you don't ask." Well, you're right. In that case, I didn't ask. I'll get better and I'll ask. I'm very much okay admitting when I'm wrong. Um, I'm probably better at admitting that I'm wrong than most people realize that I am. But I do ask for help. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. Asking for me, at least,
Yeah.
asking for help is a hard thing to do. I think that Edison, that's part of like how I grew up and life and being on my own for so long and just having to be the lead. Um, but you know what I found, man? You probably
Mhm.
already know this. I found that when I ask for help, if I trust the help, everything's better. Like it's remarkable. Like everything's better, it's easier, it's safer, it's more organized. And the places that I have recently been expanding and asking for help is I've been auditing the things I'm not great at coupled with
Okay.
love doing. If I'm not great at it and love doing it, I want help with those tasks. I don't want to do them anymore. I feel like I've worn every hat for so darn long. I sort of fell into a trap of thinking I'm supposed to or have to have all the answers and wear every hat. But man, there's something freeing about just accepting that I don't have to know everything. I don't have to do everything. What I have to be willing to do is
Mhm.
let other people serve. Because, brother, look, serving is great. But if I
Mhm.
steal the opportunity for other people to serve because
Yep.
I'm too egotistical
Yep.
or I'm too in my own head, then what
Yep.
am I really doing?
You're
Right?
holding somebody else's blessing.
Amen. There we go.
You're holding somebody else's blessing.
Yeah.
Man, that's great. But Phil, talking about you, because you mentioned something and I meant to ask you this. Growing up and until today, do you have mentors and how do you value mentorship? I can tell you that much. Let me add this much. I have five mentors. Either they close to me or imaginary. Those are the people that I go to. I can name them.
Hmm.
Number one, well, I'm not even mentioning Jesus Christ, but number one mentor on earth right now, people that have read books and I keep reading, it's John C. Maxwell.
Hmm.
That's number one. Number two is um Tony Evans. All right. Tony Evans. Number three is Dr. Giulio Volsi, is my pastor. You know,
I
you met
know.
him
I
before.
know.
Number four is Phil Gertis.
A
And number five is Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe. Those are the people that, have the chance either to read and understand their
Mhm.
philosophy or the way they see life that I've,
Yeah.
read books of met individually and people that I spend life with.
Yeah.
Dr. Julio Volsi and you, because in Florida, I've seen the man, I've seen the guy that tell the story about he used to scrap for pennies in couches for to buy noodles and now living on yachts
Yeah,
and
brother.
but also I've seen the transformation that I've understand. I've seen a guy it- that went from I'm driving a Bentley. The next thing you know, I don't care. I'm driving a Jeep. I'm still the same feel.
Yeah.
Y
Yeah, man.
I'm not fighting to do this and everything. So, how important it is, what is your top 5 or mentorship is to you, and what's your top 5? What would your top 5 is?
Yeah,
Oh,
mentorship is really darn important to me. I mean, you look at every professional athlete, they all have had coaches, teams behind them, support staff behind them. So I think
yeah,
that when people say, well, I'm doing it on my own, well, then with respect, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. The assumption that we know everything or enough, or even that we are present enough in all ways for all things, that's insane. My mind says someone else has done what I want to achieve. If they're willing to give me that, then goodness gracious, do what it takes to receive it. And some of it is buy the book. Some of it is watch the YouTube video. And other things are join their coaching program. Like I just joined one of my mentors' coaching program, and it was a hefty sum, Edison. But you know
mhm,
what? I jumped in and I did it because I said to myself, this person has something I want and they're willing to share it. Who am I to say that it's not valuable enough for me to actually invest. And that's what it is. I'm not spending. It's not a cost. It's an investment because they're pouring back into me. So I personally think coaching, mentors, man, it is so darn important. It's more than important. Edison, I think it's vital. I think it is vital to success, however we get it. Now, with that said, however we get it, you ask me who my top 5 mentors are, it changes all the time. It literally does. It changes based on what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with, where I am in a season of my life, where I am in a season of my mind, where I am in the season of my heart, where my focus is at that time. All of that adjusts my mentors. And I would argue that what they are mentoring me for is super important. There's a, there's I would say there's no point in time where I don't have a mentor for something. I have a mentor for the gym, right? It's my coach.
Mhm.
I have a mentor for business. In fact, I have multiple mentors for business, depending on what businesses I'm in and what aspects of the current business I need to work on. So I could name some, but I don't think it would be fair. I think it's more fair for me to say the fact of the matter is I have multiple mentors and it changes. And Edison, here's one point, and I imagine you agree. Some of my mentors don't know they're my mentors.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah,
They don't even know.
they have no idea, but they're
Yeah.
out here putting out so much value, and I am
Yeah.
drawn to them and attracted to them, and for that reason, they are my mentors. And the last point on this I will say is, I sometimes have what I call micro mentors. In other words, someone somewhere put out a YouTube video that God saw fit to put in front of me because at that point in my life, I needed to hear it. In fact, there was a video on my phone right now that I watched this morning, and goodness gracious, brother, like it couldn't have been more. This video, I believe, was shot for me to
For
receive
you,
this morning.
for for that season. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was in the
Yeah.
gym this morning and I saw this video in between a set and I'm like, man, like this was it. So here's the crazy thing. I
Yeah.
listened to that video my entire workout, just on replay. My
You replay?
entire workout, listen to it on replay. I downloaded it on my phone. Like it's just so yeah, man. Mentors are that's a long way of saying
I
mentors
know.
vital. Vital.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember again back in the days we used to give us this quote, and I still, tattoo it in my mind. And success leave clues.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
I
People
mean, if yep,
people people that win typically want others to win. I know
to
that
win.
a lot of times people think, well, they're winning and they want to hold it to themselves. And I just got to be
Yeah.
honest, man. That's actually the opposite of a great person, a great winner. They typically
Right.
want others to win. And it can be hard and it can be concerning because it's hard sometimes to understand why other people don't just get it. And that's
Yeah.
when we have to look back and we have to say, it's just not their season to get it. Right now, they're working through what they're going through. Give them grace and be there to support them so that when they do get it, they get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that is awesome.
So
Do you think that fear can ever be a good thing in real estate? Like something that actually pushes someone forward instead of holding them back?
I think anything can be good in real estate and business and life, but I just don't subscribe to fear. It's hard. It's like that question for me is like you asking, do you think there's really oxygen? Yeah, I know there's really oxygen. Just like
Yeah.
I know there's a God and I know God's
Yeah.
in me and I know he's
Yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what could I be fearful of? So it's
Yeah.
very hard for me to agree with the idea of fear is a good motivator, but at the same time, I understand anything can be a good motivator. What
Yeah.
motivates you will be different than me, right? But the question is, what do we do with it? Whether it's fear, whether it's excitement, whether it's inspiration, whether it's a book, what are we doing? Are we living in that feeling for a moment, or are we allowing that feeling to, as you said, drive us and create what we have in our heart to create?
Mm. But
So
it felt there's a lot of people that are stuck with this what if mentality, frozen into what if.
yeah,
How do you help them see the clear path to move forward? From what if I can start this? What if I can do this thing?
yeah.
But I need a clear path. How do you help somebody get it unstuck? to that state of life.
I need you to understand, ask great questions. You
Come on,
really
let's
do.
go.
You really do. So my answer is gently and aggressively.
Mhm,
It's gently ask questions, aggressively accept nothing but that person's best.
mhm,
You don't get, for me, this is for me. You don't
mhm.
get to in your heart tell me that there's something you want for yourself or other people and then in the same sentence add a but to that. I'm just not built that way. Like I love hard. But brother, because I love hard, it is very hard for me to hear someone say, "This is what I want. This is why I want it. I think I
Mhm.
can do it, but here's the reasons I'm not." To
Yeah.
heck with the reasons you're not. What do you mean? You want it?
Yeah.
Here's why you want it.
Go
You
for
think
it.
you can do it? Let's build a system and let's get to work because I'll
Yeah.
support you. I'll help you. And if I can't, I'll introduce you to
Yeah.
people like Edison, right? I'll
Yeah.
introduce you to
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
people in my network that
Yeah.
can serve you
Yeah.
and help you to complete.
Yeah.
So I just, I think that we as people are really good at focusing on what could happen wrong and
Mhm.
forgetting what could happen right. And I just want to live in the world of, well, if that could happen, then that could happen. I'll live up here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Man, I love this mindset, Phil, because I believe that anytime somebody say what if, it just you would just you holding you. It's like a block holding you from not doing anything else. And again, those are one of those things that we love to say to each other back in our business days, and it's tattooed in my mind. It's like ignorance on ice is better than knowledge. Did I say it right?
No, no,
Than
no.
knowledge and ignorance on fire.
Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice.
Knowledge on ice.
Yeah.
This is so true to me because I'm the type of person I overthink stuff sometimes. I overthink stuff too many times. But the time that I'm find myself most happy to feel is when I do stuff scary. I have nobody telling me. I find myself on time searching, talking to people, asking questions, and I'm doing it. It doesn't matter if it come out perfect, but I'm doing it. But the
Yeah.
more I know and I don't do anything else, this is what's killing me. The
Yeah.
fact that I have the knowledge, I've been to school to it, but I cannot put it into action.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the mindset of saying that, you know what, I'd rather have ignorance on fire,
Mhm.
correct? Than have knowledge on ice because
Yeah.
knowledge on ice, you don't go nowhere. You just stay cold, correct?
Yeah. I had this man, it's funny you brought this up because last week I was thinking to myself, like, when it comes to the coaching company, I said, I really want to accomplish this and I'm not really sure how. And Edison, I spent days last week just living in, because no one's perfect. I spent
No.
days last week living in the I'm not sure how. And then it dawned on me, brother, shut up and go learn how. What do you mean you're not sure how? Someone has done this. Find
Correct.
them and go learn how.
That's right.
That day, true story, that day I spent $9,000, joined someone's coaching program that was doing what I wanted to accomplish. And Edison, I kid you not, that
Mhm.
day I got my first answer to what I was
Wow.
looking for. I was blown away. I told Victoria,
Yeah.
I said, this is nuts. I said,
Yeah.
this answer was worth everything I just invested.
Correct.
It's just,
Correct.
yeah,
Because you
man.
did it.
Yeah, because I did it.
Confidence is all about doing the things.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on.
Yeah, man. You got it.
It's
Confidence
not just
earned by
about
doing
wishing.
the thing. Yes.
Yes, sir. It's not just about
Yeah.
wishing everything else. Phil, I know discipline is something that you master.
Yeah.
Dude, did you grow up like, your mom just to trying to strict harms and, "Hey, you have to do this thing," or it's something that you've along the years that you have mastered, you have mastered yourself and to become the person you are? How let's say
It's
someone right now want to move forward, but say, "I'm lacking of this." How
yeah.
do you, talk to that person now?
So I think it depends a lot on the person and their personality. I'm very pragmatic. So for me, if it is possible, why is it not possible for me? This is something I think. I just don't understand how one person can accomplish something and then someone can tell me I can't accomplish that. I just why? Why? It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to me. So I've been that way honestly for much of my life, and I think as I've gotten older and I've taken more risk and I've failed and failed and failed, it's just dawned on me that there's another aspect of it. It's yes, someone has done it and therefore I can also do it, but how? Learning the how is super important and appreciating the journey. I've had a really massive shift in my life over the last 10 years where I just stopped focusing on like, here's the goal. I want to accomplish the goal. I'll be happy when I accomplish the goal. Instead, it's here's the goal, reverse engineer how to get there, and be thankful and grateful for every step along the way. You know, we climb a set of stairs like the goal is to reach the top. But the reality is, if you break it down, the goal was never to reach the top. The goal was to reach the next step. And if I'm
That's good.
wrong, right? If I'm wrong, then why aren't we jumping from the bottom to the top?
Oh,
We never
that's very
climb stairs that way.
that's
We
good.
go one step at a time. So,
That's good.
with that in mind, brother, I look with that in mind, I say to myself, I say, well, if my goal is this and I reverse engineer it, then every single step I'm going to celebrate. Every single step I'm going to give glory to God. Every single
Amen.
step I'm going to be grateful. Every single step I'm going to appreciate. And every single step I'm going to say
Mhm.
this was the win. Not a win, it was the win. Now what will I do to earn the next win?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So that's something you said to me long over the years. I think I don't know if you have changed philosophy from then or now. I believe you don't believe in multitasking. You believe to be
Where you are,
in
there you are.
when you were or where you are. 100.
Yeah.
If you
Where
right now, if I'm talking to Phil, my time is dedicated to Phil. I'm with Phil right
yeah,
now. Nothing else matter. Nothing else is good. But
yeah.
if I'm sweet, do you still have this mentality, or have you changed
100%.
along the years?
100%. There's two concepts that I would say really rule the way I function in life, and one of them is just that. Where you are, there you are. Be hyper present. There's a few reasons why. Number one, I can't entirely be here and give you every piece of me and the heart of me if
Mhm.
if I'm in three other places at the same time, if I'm lost in tasks that need to be accomplished, if I'm lost in worry, if I'm lost in doubt about something else. So what that means is when I'm with you, I need to be with you, but when I'm not, I need to be in those places and accomplish those things. And then when I'm with you, I don't have to feel guilty that I didn't do something else. So
Right.
where you are, there you are. The other one is the way you do one thing is the way you do all things.
That's right.
You've heard me talk about this. Like, I don't think I can be great in this and mediocre in this. I think
Mhm.
my effort has to be at great level all the time.
Amen.
Now,
Mhm.
whether I accomplish the same level of success, that's not what I'm talking about. But I must give every piece of me all the
Mhm.
time for the things I'm doing. And here's the kicker, Edison. That means when I'm sitting with my daughter on the couch, I'm sitting with my daughter on the couch. I'm not
Mhm.
sitting with my daughter playing on my phone.
Mhm.
No, I'm sitting with my daughter and I'm watching her play on her phone. I'm watching
Mhm.
her watch television. I'm asking her questions. I'm appreciating her as a person. And
Mhm.
when I'm shooting a basketball with my son, man, I'm just fully present in that moment. Right? When I'm hanging out with my wife on a Friday for date night, that's where I am. My phone's on DND and I'm not checking it to see what I might have missed because here's
Mhm.
the kicker. I didn't miss anything important. What's important is in front of me. And
Right.
if I'm on my phone, I'm gonna miss what's important.
Mm. Man, I think I pray that people will have this mentality, and I'm using this in my life. Phil, it's like when I heard this, a couple of say stuff you said, I'm like, I want to fight with Phil. But a couple of thing you said, man, it just went straight to from my ears to my heart because it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. If when I'm with my wife, I don't care about anything else. I am with my wife. We're
Yeah.
talking about life. We're talking about everything else. When I'm with a client that I'm serving, nothing else matter. I'm Are you right there with me? I have clients sometimes they Dallas is far. Everything is 45 minutes away
Mhm.
from each other.
Mhm.
And I'm showing some houses, and there's one of my clients said, Edison, you will have to drive 45 minutes, 50 minutes. I'm like, no, this time is your time.
Yeah.
Call me, talk to me, because I
Yeah.
am driving because of you. I'm there because of you.
Yes.
Anything else doesn't matter. I don't have to try to text and drive. I don't have to try to do something else, because the time that I've dedicated from 3 to 7
It's
to be out
yours.
with my clients,
Yeah.
that's yours, and
Yeah.
that's yours truly. And I don't care about if I miss a call from somebody else, but hey, listen, my time was dedicated to my client. And
Yeah.
I feel great after that, because I don't feel guilty that I didn't answer the call, or I didn't, posting on something on social media at that time,
Yeah.
because I can stand those multitasking people, So I don't know. I mean, how can you multitask and then you be with me? So I think
Yeah.
that's something that I've been using this philosophy in my life for a good time.
Yeah.
Now, if you have to give just one mindset shift to someone afraid of buying or selling right now, what would it be?
Ask yourself why. Ask yourself, what are you so scared of when it comes to buying or selling? Or maybe it's not fear. What's stopping you? And then understand that unless you're in the field, you're not the expert of the field. What you see on national news, what you're reading on Zillow or realtor.com or homes.com or whatever website you're reading, while I'm not saying it's bad, I'm not saying it's wrong. There is a difference between national perspective and hyper local perspective. The number one thing I would tell anyone thinking in the next, hear me, the next 5 years, if you're thinking
Mhm,
about buying or selling in the next 5 years, it's
mhm,
find an expert. Don't find someone in real estate. Don't find
mhm.
your cousin's dog walker's best friend. No, find an absolute expert that understands marketing, branding, and selling, which includes negotiation, and talk
Right.
with them about the plan. Talk with them about your goals and your dreams and your wishes and your hopes.
Mhm,
Talk about why. Why do you want to do X, Y, and Z? And then build a plan that works. Because
mhm.
you don't have to be scared of buying or selling, but you should be ready. And how can you get ready if you don't know if you don't know the game, if you don't know the field, if you don't know
Right.
the tasks and the processes? Find a darn expert and be open about what you're looking for. And then here's a crazy thing. If you decide to work with that person, trust them because there's a reason you're calling them an expert. So trust them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phil, what do you want to be remembered for?
Man, Edison, when did you get so good at questions? Wow.
Go on.
Oh,
What if something happened, what do you want people to come to you and say, this is the Phil I know? What do you
yeah.
want to be remembered?
I know the answer. It's just
Yeah.
not easy to say. I don't.
Okay.
I genuinely don't want to be remembered for something. I
Mhm.
want I want people to I want I want it's two sides, right? Because when you ask me this question, the first thing I do is I think about my kids.
Mhm.
I I don't want to be remembered. I want to live through my children. I want I want people to understand that I am constantly aiming through success and failure, through good and bad, through all the mistakes that I make in my life and all the right things that I do. I am really just out here doing my darn best to set an example for the two humans that didn't ask me to join us on earth, but I got the joy and the blessing and the love and the ability to raise into great humans. So when you say what do you want to be remembered for? I don't really want to be remembered for anything. I instead want you to work through my children for the next thing.
Mhm.
But if I have to be remembered for something, it is the feeling, hands down. It's not the act of doing something. It's the feeling that I might have left you with.
Mhm.
And I don't want it to be like Phil did this and I felt this because of it. I want it to be Phil had this piece of the pie and
Mhm.
he gave it away And because of that, I was able to do all this and create this feeling in myself. I don't want to be the main character, man. I just want to be a really, really good supporting cast member. I just want you to say, dude, like, I remember when he made me feel like this,
Mhm.
but not because he did it.
Mhm.
Instead, because he let me become it. He let me
Mhm.
find it in
That's good.
myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
So,
That's good.
yeah.
That's what's up, man. That
Yeah,
hey,
man.
that was good. That was great, man. That's good. Phil, every
Just
time I invite a guest in our show, in our talk show, they usually own something, they're doing something, they're up to something, and I give them a minute or two to tell people about what they do.
yeah.
Right. I know that Shift Immerse Coaching's launching in March, right?
Oh, we're good. We're launched. We're
We're
live. We're
lunch.
killing. Yeah, we're
We're
having a
live. We're
great
like we're
time.
already lunch. That's what I'm saying. So, can you tell people about what Chief Immersive Coaching is,
Yeah.
and how can they contact you if they want to be part of that coaching program that you have?
Yeah. Well, a couple things. Let's start with the easy stuff to contact. You can find me on Instagram at Phil Gertis. Um,
Mhm.
you can email us at info at getshiftcoaching.com. Right. Those are the two ways that you'd connect. Info at getshiftcoaching.com, and then Phil Gertis on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere else. What is Shift Immersive Coaching? Shift Immersive Coaching is the processes, the systems, the frameworks that people that play this game that is real estate from a realtor perspective ultimately need and they simply aren't getting enough of. And it's not a means to generate a bunch of revenue. No. Instead, it's a way that anyone, no matter where you fall in the game of real estate, can find their way in and actually have true access to someone that's already done it. Because we haven't really talked too much about real estate, but I've had a great real estate career. I've had some really strong successes. And what I've found is those successes that I'm talking about now are actually the successes of other people that I've been fortunate enough to touch their lives and help them create the life they're looking for. That's what Shift Immersive Coaching is. It is the be human aspect of real estate that too many people are missing. It is the concept of creating an impact in people's lives and letting that be your source of generating a client base that too many people are missing. And it is the idea of if you do not have systems, you do not have a business. I'm sorry. Started my first company when I was 17, and it took a very long time for me to learn this. You can't be successful flying by the seat of your pants. You have to have systems, you have to have frameworks. And the beautiful thing about Shift is that we just give you all of them. And here's another thing, Edison, you know, right? Like within the Shift Vault where all the coaching is done, we have this
Mhm.
beautiful section called Ask Phil. And when you
Mhm.
ask a question about something, I will literally create the framework for you to run and use and then
Mhm.
share. And I don't care. You don't need to say Phil did it. No, it's yours. It's yours. Keep it, use it. It's yours. Grow with it, build with it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, there you have it. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our time. Great time with my brother. I'm telling you, I have a list of like 12 questions to ask you. I think Phil asked you 4 of them. Everything else is from the heart, is from the moment.
Yeah.
It's good time to always spend some time with my big brother right here. I mean, I can tell you a story about this brother, how he saved my life, saved my marriage,
Uh,
and inspired me to become better. Just like he said, inspire me to become better. Phil, thank you very much for coming to my podcast, my
Thanks for having
YouTube live, man. It was a great time. I'm telling you, if I want to spend that much time with him, I'm gonna ask him again to come down because I don't have to get spend all this time with this brother
me.
unless I drive to fly to all the way to Maryland and spend some time
Yeah.
with him.
Nah, man.
Thank you
Look,
very much.
thank you. Thanks for having me, dude. I really love you. And
Yes,
Edison, man, I want you to know, and everybody that's watching this, thank you for being the person that puts the time in to. I said it so many times, man. You ask such great questions, and there's times where we get on podcasts and things like this, and it's sort of like everywhere, and that's
yeah,
not you, brother. Like
yeah,
your preparation is
yeah.
validation for the success that you're having and the success that you're going to continue to have. So thank you, brother. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank
Now,
you.
friends, Thank you for being part of this live. I can't wait to see you guys next week. And I'm telling you, every week I'm gonna bring you guys a treat with great speakers, things that you need to know, true facts, no fluff, everything that help you grow in life, in business, or in real estate. This is yours truly, Edison Senat. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.